Hi everyone. I am going to wait for another 2-3 minutes for everyone to join in, and I'll start the channeling in a little bit. You might want to say hi and introduce yourself if you're there and if you want me to know who you are, because I can see some people are here, and you can even start your questions already. Hi Louisa, it's good to see you. Good to have you here. And Bettina. Hi everyone. I really don't know what to expect today. It's quite exciting. I know it's the Lionsgate opening today, and sometimes I do get little ideas of what's going to come in the channel, but today it's blank for me, so it's going to be a surprise. Let's see what's happening, what's going to come. Yeah, like I said, if you have some questions, you might want to start writing, because once I do the channeling and I'm into the process of thinking, it becomes a bit more difficult for me to read all the questions. So since we have a couple of minutes, I'll have the time to take them into consideration right now. I think I'm against the light. Let me see if I can turn that a little bit. Hi, everyone. Okay, I'm going to start centering myself, connecting the channel a little stronger, and then we'll get started. Feel free to join me in this meditation. Let's make this channel powerful and connected to all of us. So, the first messages that are coming are about love and unity. We are being asked as human beings to come together stronger. There is this need for kindness and generosity. We are being asked to defeat loneliness. Everyone is feeling lonely and isolated within their own life experience. And it's about coming together, extending a hand, being generous. We are also being asked to ground ourselves. The lack of grounding will not allow everything to manifest or to transpire into the physical. So, a deeper grounding is a necessity for the energies to come through and to go all the way down, and in order to expand and to go to create those connections, there has to be a bigger grounding as well. Human beings are too much in their heads. They're thinking, they're projecting, they're expecting, and it gets stuck here. The energies are too much in the head. There's less connections to some of the feelings, the subtle energies. It feels that humans could be guided much more. Life would be more fluid if the chatter in the mind reduced, the stress reduced. So centering, grounding, and connecting. This is a request from who is this message from? Because it's very similar to counsel, a mix of counsel and guides, and it's coming from multiple energy forms. Now, related to pregnancies, the stress also causes the the chakras, the solar plexus and the sacral, which are around the belly, to constantly be tight, and there's a lack of space and openness. So it's important to work on the complete grounding. That's why it keeps showing me that it's easy, or it's not easy, but it's easier, let's say, to connect on the higher levels. But it's important to then open up and allow the flow of energy to go all the way through your body and accessing the earth. There's too much restrictions around the stomach and the lower belly. You have to trust and believe in yourself. That's repeating. It's trust and belief, trust and belief. That's where the lion gate energy is going to work on today. Uh, there's a lot of solar plexus and sacral energy coming. So focus your attention on your belly and imagine rays of light coming around it and onto it, into it, and feel a complete relaxation, a complete openness. It starts with a conscious effort to relax the belly completely. And you'll see it might go in waves. You relax it, and then there's another subtle tension, and then you release it again. And you keep doing that till you feel it's completely relaxed. And it's not trying to close up again. Okay. The second request is rest. It seems the the rush of desire is also causing stress on the fertility quest. So you're being asked to rest a little bit. And I'm now being guided to share a story with you, because in a lot of the readings, or in a lot of the sessions that I do, I explain that uh, one has to work, or you have to work on yourself in order to evolve, and then you can have a child. But there are also many experiences, or in many times, it's really about uh, divine timing. And I want to share a story of a reading I had recently where the lady had been trying for 3 years or so. And the moment I connected, I saw one child ready to come down, but he kept waiting for another soul to join. And it was very clear that it was not at all into the lady's hands. It was about divine timing. So it took time, because in the reading it's always about, we get a first information and then we try to find out, we go deeper into it. And in the end, it was this lady who came for the reading. It was her grandfather who had passed away, and he was waiting for someone else to pass away who was also living, who was alive, so that he could come back, because he had some contracts and things to do and share with that other soul. And it was very clear, he will not come down until and unless he has completed what he had to do. So I think it was a relief for her, because as a woman, we're always feeling guilty and always thinking, what am I doing wrong? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with my body? But here it was just be patient. Be patient. Things will come to you. Um, I always say what's difficult for us is the unknown, because if you were told right from the beginning, look, it will happen, but there's nothing that you have to do, there's nothing in you that you need to change, you're just going to have to wait 4 or 6 years. And if that was a certainty, you would be okay with it. You would move on with your life, you would do something else, and you would come back to it more seriously maybe a few years down the line. What makes it difficult is the fact that you don't know in advance, and then you're putting yourself through a lot of stress on this journey. So, this is to say that maybe some of you need to hear that it's not about you. There's nothing that you need to do or change about yourself. Just rest. Let the right timing come for you. Even though on a human um, place, I know that's difficult, but it's time to give it a break. Things will come. You've already taken the steps that were needed to try and manifest what you wanted. But now rest, relax, give yourself a little bit of a break to enjoy life again. Let me see, what was that? Okay, I just read your comment, Bettina. Thank you. Thank you for sharing and complimenting what you experienced. Um, I never know who the messages are for. Sometimes I have glimpses of people that I know or I've met, and they come in my mind when some messages come. But it's always, I know it will serve someone, but I don't know how and when and for whom. So that's always a surprise. It's funny, this channeling is a lot of higher beings sending us requests. It's like, please listen. And the request is to enjoy, to focus on the good things in life. There's a lot of the stress and a lot of the worries are because we choose to focus on what's not working. It's They're saying enough with the self-pity. Pick yourself up and thrive. Thrive in other areas of your life that you might not have explored yet. But life can be beautiful. It's a choice. It's how you choose to respond to what's happening to you and what you choose to focus on. There's this notion of when you're down, even if you're down, pick yourself back up. And that's where also the message of kindness, generosity there is this need also for women to come together and to lift each other up. Not to feel threatened, not to compare yourself so much to other women, not to envy or be jealous. Women have to come together because everyone is unique and everyone can contribute and help one another. There's definitely a need for feminine connection and support. Groups, circles of women, being able to talk, to share. There's a need to unburden, to share the difficulties, whether you're a mother or single. There is this need to unload. And you, all of you, I know you have that spiritual connection, and you use the word resonates when we do channeling. But here it shows that even if someone is unburdening or unloading, it will resonate with another woman, and that helps in not feeling so alone, knowing that the others are experiencing the same difficulties. But then coming together helps also finding solutions and coping with the difficulties. So it seems we can put our brains and our in French it's ingéniosité. So putting all our thoughts to find, yes, practical solutions to apply in everyday life. Um, so, Louisa, you're saying this is serving me. How do you know when the journey is over? That's the thing. You never know. You actually never know if it's over. You could, you could be saying, "It's over for me. I stopped trying," and it could still happen. So, was that really over, or did you just need to let go of the desire for it to finally be able to come? And I think the journey is over when you're at peace, when you're comfortable, when you've healed or you grieved that you might not have what you want, and you've accepted and decided that you're not going to let the suffering of this desire that was not fulfilled affect you any longer, that you choose to be happy nonetheless, to continue thriving in other areas of your life. And I was told once, when I remember, uh, I had a lot of the feminine aspects of me that were delayed. They came later. Things like periods and um, congenital small things that affected many aspects of my femininity. And I remember thinking from the age of 17, maybe I'll never have kids, and I'll adopt. And I remember at some point in my life, someone told me, there are many ways of being a mother, of providing love and care. And at first, I was not really happy with that answer because it was not really what I wanted. But then I thought to myself, what if I'm not able to have kids? What am I left? What are my choices? What am I left with? I'm going to be crying and be upset all my life? Or will I find another way of mothering or being happy or succeeding in my life or making good around me? Um, and I think that helped a lot, even though it was not, the answer that was satisfying on the moment. But it, it did its work, and it helped me um, feel better, at least for some time. And in the end, I did have children, but I started late. I started late in life. Um, I also think, Bettina, you're commenting on, it's such a hard decision to make. I also think it's not about stopping when it's too difficult, but if the experience is a constant battle and not providing anything satisfying, then yes, it's up to you to decide, how long do I keep up with the challenges, the disappointments, the medical appointments, the stress of it all, how it impacts you, your relationship with others, and your work. And so it's when you decide that you've had enough. But it is a process. It's like, and it's almost it's an attachment. It's an attachment. It's a strong attachment to wanting what you've always wanted, was to have a child. So yes, it's not easy. So, Rucha, can you please explain a bit what does grounding mean in this context? Um, so when I usually the messages when I do the channeling, it goes through me. So I either hear information, think some thoughts, and what was interesting, and I had this also in the last connection, and I tried to make the difference between me being a little nervous or anxious when I start the connection, and when it really when it's really my body reacting to the energies flowing. So here, what happened is I started delivering messages, and then every time I would realize I feel that my stomach is tight, like my belly is clenched. I don't know if that's the right word, but it's tight inside. And I'm thinking, oh, there's a need to relax, because if you think of your energy channel being um, a conduct, if it's tight in different places, the energy is not, I often imagine a pipe with water running. If I close the pipe or if I make it tight, the water is not gonna flow anymore. And it that was the biggest message, is first relax, and that it's relax energetically, but even relax physically. It will translate into your body as a tightness or a pain or something going on. And here, what I could feel was there's a lot of people having energies in those levels that are tight like this. That's not allowing, sorry about that, I can see the light. It's not allowing the energy or the water to flow. So open up, let the energies flow all the way through the ground. This message was also for me to deliver the messages, but also for you to be able to allow this energy to manifest. Uh, there is, if you look into the architecture of how energy happens and then manifests, it starts with a thought, right? You cannot create, even someone who will create a bench has to think of it before they execute it. So to manifest, there are many layers, and it has to go through the whole chakra system, from inspiration to thought, idea, then visualization, and then drawing. You start putting it on 2D, and then you start getting all the material that you want, and then you build it. So it starts from your connection to, and it has to go to the ground. In order to create your bench, you have to go and get the wood. You have to go, then you apply your logic, you apply math, science, everything combined. So this is what they were saying, is whether it's the baby, whether it's the energies, whatever it is that has to flow. If you want to be in a state of flow, all your body, your entire body has to be opened. Your energies have to be opened in order to allow everything to go where it's supposed to go, whether it's flushing negativity, or whether it's allowing positive energy to come and replace and move through you. This is how um, this is what it means to open up. Was that okay? All right, you got it. Okay, what if we started? Cat is, what if we started trying late and don't have that much time left physically? Okay, let me see. It's it could be that your purpose and self-realization is somewhere else. We all come with a birth plan, and you might want something that is different from what you have planned pre-birth for yourself. I'm having an image also in response to your question that it's it's almost like if you stop seeking and if you allow, some people might enter your life giving you the role almost like a mother figure. It's almost like the person will be placed on your road on the road to you. I'm even having an image of a 15 or 16-year-old young girl coming to you. So it could be something like this later in life, or someone that you support, someone that becomes close to you. There are there are many other relationships that can fulfill or bring a strong connection and a sensation of reconnecting with your soul family. Mm. Talking about the soul family, it's interesting because they're saying you identify family as your bloodline, but there's also the soul family, the people with whom you have so much love to give, and you have contracts and you have uh, connections to do anyway with them. So it, but it's not for you to look. It seems you have to let go and allow those people to come to you. It's about having the willingness to be open and allowing a love connection that is different from the one that you have in mind. Because right now, everything else might seem disappointing or not the same, or, but that's what they're saying is that the one in pain, the only one in pain is you, because you want to control how you want to get that type of connection. The There's a lot of information. They are saying that what you want is also based on ignorance, because sometimes people have families, but then the families are so destructive and so toxic, and then the relationship between the parent and the kids are some of the things that they have to go through. But it's everything but pleasure or everything but love. I mean, there's supposed to be love, but it's tinted with so many other uh, elements, whether it's rejection, anger, resentment, addictions um, of children, even the parents who have to go through supporting their children who could have been raped. They're saying you see this idealized and this fantasized part of what it is to have a child and to be connected, but it's not always. It's like they're showing me so many examples that are difficult, where the people lose their kids, that spend days and days in hospital because they have diseases and genetic issues. And so they're saying, if you want, we can show you a lot of, it's not disastrous, but what again on a human level would seem as something terribly hard to go through. So they're saying you might think it's difficult for you. We are saying we can offer you something beautiful, but it's different than how you picture it. And if you were open to our way, you'll feel that blessing. So don't limit yourself in how you want things. Does that answer your question, Kat? Um, Uh, Hold on. So hold on. I'm trying to think which questions. So Rucha, you get stuck, and anything else we can do apart from conscious relaxations? Um, Rucha, to answer your question, it seems it has to go deeper. The In the sense you might think you're letting go, but you're not. It has to be there. It hasn't gone through all the layers yet. So there's a lot of resistance. It's like I choose to open up and let go, and then no, I get back to my old ways. And so the how to get there. Yeah. I also know you, Rucha, so I would say to continue doing some digging work, to go on the deeper, to access the deeper layers, because it's almost like an automatic reaction. Consciously, you're asking, okay, I let go, I open up. But then every time you get out of this connection, everything, you're in the body picks up again where it was, and everything starts all over again. And you feel like it's not working because it's not permanent. Is there a way to know if you're connecting to one or more spirit babies so that I Merit, are you asking for you when you're connecting, or are you asking me when I'm channeling? Okay, I'll wait for Merit to put her input. Uh, for you, okay, that can be both. All right. Um, well, you have to ask the question. You need to first identify what is your dominant sense. Are you a person who will have visions, or do you feel it? Do you have more answers through your dreams? Do you hear them? How do you usually, when you do your connection, what happens to you? Because if you wonder, okay, I'm putting myself, or I'm opening to my spirit babies, then ask, how many are there? Okay, so if it's feeling, you could ask to be touched by the number of spirit babies that are around. Touched as in it could be a sensation of tickling or warmth or cold, or almost as if a hand is touching you. You can ask. Um, that's the biggest thing I've discovered, is that until and unless you ask the right questions, you will never know. So it's about being creative in what you want to know, and don't hesitate to say, how many are you? Are you, because by the way, sometimes you'll want to connect to your spirit babies, and maybe your spirit guides will come through, or an ancestor. So uh, be open also to those ideas that it could be other beings. So you could ask for confirmation. Are you my spirit baby? You say you're more feeling. So you could also say, when it's a yes, it's this shoulder, I want to feel a sensation here. When it's a no, I want to feel something here. Or if it's a yes, I want to feel it in my head. If it's a no, in my feet. You need to build up your own language through your body. Once you have established the yes, no, I like, I don't like, it feels safe, it's something, um, then you say, okay, let's start. So, are you my spirit baby? You can have the yes or no. How many are you? Let me know. Or you can say, I'll count out loud, 1, 2, 3, when it's the right number. give me a sign. Or that's the biggest thing, is to understand what is your, like I said, your dominant sense, and then how you can work with your body. If it's hearing, then you ask, and then you get the answers. But it's about digging, it's about being creative, and not to fear asking questions. One thing I had said in the last month channeling that came through was also, try first not on the spirit baby realm, because if you're expecting too much information or too much clarity on something that you're so attached to, it will not come. So maybe you can try first with your spirit guides and ask about something else, other aspects of your life. Once you feel that, okay, every time you feel it's a guidance or it's a clear answer, you feel confident about how your body is feeling and responding to when you're asking questions, then you can go back and do a spirit baby communication and try to apply whatever you've discovered or agreed to with your body, so that you have a clearer communication. Rita, that doesn't mean I'm doing something wrong. No, first of all, it doesn't mean that you're doing something wrong, but there could be something that you are missing. So let me see. I don't know. I'm seeing a little boy and an elephant. So I don't know if you have a child already, but it feels that it's like I'm seeing a little boy with a teddy, an elephant teddy bear, like a stuffed toy. How advanced were your miscarriages? Were they early on, Rita, or have you had, because I'm also hearing that you have a bit of grief to heal before you make space. Your heart is aching. It feels very close, yet there's one layer that is preventing right now a pregnancy. There's definitely, I see a little boy waiting, and there's a layer that's not allowing it for now. Something you might want to we could do a session. I'm not sure if it's a form of depression, because I'm seeing like almost a plastified black layer. So maybe that's worth exploring together if you want. Because there's a reason for this layer to be there, but we have to understand what it is and how to remove it. Is it protecting you against something that you're not seeing? Is it hardship that you've accumulated and it's blocking for now? So I would go a little deeper on that. But yeah, I see the little boy. 6 weeks, 10. Okay. Um, Hold on. So Bettina, how can we then let go of the fear of being alone later on? Yes, Bettina, it's a very valid point. But again, I think there are a lot more people than you think who are alone as well. It comes back to the initial message of connecting and extending an arm, extending a hand, going into groups. Yeah. Bettina, I'm seeing for you this notion of um giving and helping people in need. I don't know why I'm seeing those, those soup kitchens, and they'll you'll connect with people on another level. I think that by giving to the people in need, you will feel a satisfaction, and then you'll find a whole group of people. You'll What you're saying about this fear of being alone will not be there if you go. There's something about the charity, being more involved in charity, and then you'll find a whole family of people who are like you, who are giving, but then also a heart. I don't know if that's the right word, but it's like you're being asked to give. It's almost like when we give, we receive, and you will be able to experience that in a huge way. Give. Don't focus on the fear of the future. It's about start giving now, and you will receive plenty. Mhm. Okay, you're welcome. Payal, there's definitely joy and excitement as a resonance. I think working on that is starting to, I don't know if you have, but it feels like there's a vibration of excitement that is connecting to the child. So I wouldn't be surprised if it happens soon. Yeah, you were being asked to bring more joy. Right now it's busy with a lot of, but I'm sensing a shift already from last time. Less fears also from you. There's it's like you've dropped a weight. There's like you dropped some baggage, so you're getting closer. Did you? If you can answer this way, I'll see. Okay. Um, hold on. What is this? I can't see what is. Oh, um, no, it's okay, Louisa. It's I think the messages that came through right from the beginning when you're being asked to thrive and to pick yourself up is exactly about this. It's usually if you cannot find a purpose in anything else, it's because you're still attached to your ideal of how you thought you were going to be happy. And until and unless you really let go of that, nothing else will have the same, how do you say, flavor. It will sound pale in comparison. It will never feel like. Um, so maybe give yourself some time to grieve the loss of your dreams, and it's always the same message: is we or you are at the source of your frustration and your sadness by not letting it go. What they're showing me is, for example, to answer that question about when I don't find anything else or I don't find my life purpose, is what they're saying is right now you're seeing within few centimeters of yourself. If you were to look up above, you will see that there's this whole range of other things around you, but right now you're not seeing it, because you are within, the pain, the disappointment, and you're still within that space. So once you'll be able to move out of that space, there'll be bigger opportunities. But right now, there is it's almost like you cannot see anything else. You're too stuck within what's hurting you and with what you're not having. What, Louisa, let me ask you, what are your choices? Um or maybe we'll talk a bit personally, because I know a bit of your journey, but I was going to say, yeah, what are your options? If let's say the child is not possible, then what are you left with? How do you choose to live the rest of your life? For Unfortunately for motherhood, you're too old, but you're actually still a young person. So how do you choose to continue living, even though your deepest desire so far was not answered? And I think that's what you need to sit with. the, that's the thing. No one else can actually decide for you what's the next step, or what's gonna make you happy, or what you have to do. um, I think, Louisa, because I have a few questions for you, but I don't want to talk too much about your private journey. So if you don't mind, I'll email you and I'll ask you a few questions. Okay, Payal, I saw your response. Okay, good. Christina, I'm happy that you're here because you came to my mind. Was it yesterday or the day before? And I'm still remembering our first channeling, and there's a lot of things on my mind about you. Um, Okay, let me see what I can channel now, and then the rest we'll discuss privately. I'm thinking maybe next time, unless you're all okay and prefer your privacy by typing, but maybe the next channeling can be a Zoom call where we can have a discussion. If that's something you're open to, let me know, and we could shift to that. Um, okay. Okay. Well, for today we'll finish on YouTube, but next time we can try a Zoom room. So, Christina, just give me a minute, and um, it seems that there's still a lot going on, Christina. Many pillars of your life, like your husband, your work. Um, there are some question marks. So it's like, and then the baby. Um, um, yeah, it's more personal, Christina. I'd rather discuss this um, again privately, because I have some questions. Because I'm seeing a lot of layers, and I need a bit of clarity, and I would need you um, to answer my questions so I can see through that. It's funny that the closing message is again, give a helping hand. You're being asked to help other people. You can ask for help also, but that's it's beyond the spirit baby realm. It feels more connected to the Lion Gate message. The opening is about extending a helping hand. Thank you, everyone, for showing up today. I like that it's coming to life. I For those who want, maybe send me an email, and this way I'll prepare the Zoom link for next time. Okay. Thank you so much, and I hope you will carry with you those messages. I know it's not easy. I could tell it's not always what we want to hear, or we feel stuck when we want to move ahead. But you'll get there. And remember, they're saying happiness is a choice. It's about the choices that you make facing difficulties and not getting what you want. Okay. All the best with that, and I look forward to seeing you and connecting with all of you very soon. Bye.